Please prepare for the presentation and posting of our colors.
Left wheel, march. Color guard, halt. Precinct, arms. Order, arms. Detail, post. Post. Right wheel, march. Forward, march.
You may be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Leander Sparrow Jr., and I am the principal of Rocky Mount High School. I would like to take this time to introduce our special guests. They are Dr. Shelton Jeffries, Superintendent, members of our Nash Rocky Mount Public Schools Board of Education, Mr. Wayne Dahl, Mrs. LaShonda Washington, Mr. William Sharp, and Mr. Reginald Silver. From the Nash Rocky Mount Public Schools senior staff, Mrs. Robin May, Assistant Superintendent, and Dr. Patricia Hollingsworth, Chief Public Information Officer. I would also like to recognize the members of Rocky Mount High School administrative team, Ms. Jennifer Sharp, Mrs. Kill Dawson, Mr. Melvin Ballard. If we have any dignitaries from the community here with us today, we want to take the time to say thank you for your support and for being here to join in this celebration with us. We also want to say a big thank you to all of the parents who gave of their own personal resources and time to decorate our facilities for graduation so that our graduates and their families could have a graduation ceremony that is aesthetically pleasing. Your sons and daughters have reached a major milestone in their lives, and this ceremony today represents a great accomplishment in one's educational career. Therefore, it is the expectation of Nash Rocky Mount Schools Board of Education and the faculty and staff of Rocky Mount High School to have a graduation ceremony that is carried out with dignity and formality. You and your graduate have invested a tremendous amount of time, effort, and money to reach this point. We feel that we owe you a dignified and impressive ceremony. In order to do this, we need your help and cooperation. I humbly and sincerely ask that you refrain from clapping, cheering, shouting, calling out names, standing, and whistling during the ceremony. If you do this, you will be asked by a faculty member standing on the floor to leave the premises. If you refuse to leave, then one of the officers standing on the floor will escort you out of the building and off the premises. This type of behavior is distracting, and it causes other parents to not hear their student's name when it is called. Each parent deserves the right to hear their child's name without interruptions or distracting comments. We simply want to provide you with the best graduation ceremony possible. There's a time designated at the end of the ceremony when you may celebrate and cheer. At this time, I would like to present Thomas Ray Green Jr., Senior Class President, for our welcome.
Good evening, parents, families, dignitaries, and faculty. I'm thrilled to give a special thanks to God, who's the head of my life, my parents, my family, and the world's greatest principal, Mr. Leon Sparrow, the teachers who taught us, and lastly, the first class of Rocky Mount High to complete our full 4 years here at the new school, the senior class of 2016. It seems as if yesterday was August 2012 when we entered into those doors to start this chapter of our life that is now ending. Now, some of us will go on to college, others will go into the workforce, and some will even go and serve our country. No matter where we go, we will begin our own path. We started off as small-scale freshmen who was lost on the way to every class, except this time it was okay, because everyone was new to the school. Then we went on to become sophisticated sophomores who believed we had it all figured out. After this, we were determined juniors who just knew that we were ready to take over the school and hold it in the palm of our hands. And now, here we stand. Our time has come, and today is the day. We have found out that studying all night long just for that big math test and failing it pretty badly is okay, because through failure, we learn what we need to succeed. These words come from my favorite poem by Marion Williamson. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measures. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. Your playing small does not serve the world. We ask ourselves, who are we? To be brilliant, gorgeous, talented? Really? Who are we not to be? We are children and we are supposed to shine just like children. You shouldn't shrink just so that you should feel insecure around others. Your playing small does not serve the world. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give permission to others to do the same. Running through 2016 without woes has been a success. And as we become the best doctors, lawyers, social workers, engineers, and any other great career we have planned, I say to you, thank you, and I wish you the best.
At this time, we will have the presentation of our academic awards. Dr. Shelton Jeffrey, Superintendent, will come to present Valedictorian Andrea Fox.
It is my pleasure to introduce Andrea Lee Fox, the daughter of Gina Fox and Stephen Bretzman, and the sister of Carrie Fox, a previous Rocky Mount graduate. Andrea is graduating #1 in her class of 268 with a GPA of 5.438. Awesome. And she is a candidate for the International Baccalaureate Diploma. Andrea is an active member of the National Honor Society, the Teen Court, and the American Heart Association, for which she does significant fundraising locally. She was recognized for her outstanding academic performance as a National Merit Qualifier and her academic performance in IB French, IB Art, and IB Math. She is an avid bowler outside of school and runs cross country for the Rocky Mount High team. Andrea will be attending Seattle University in the fall on the Trustee Scholarship and the Kitty Powell Scholarship, where she plans to pursue a major in creative writing. Congratulations, Andrea Lee Fox. We're very proud of you.
Good afternoon and welcome. Thank you for attending, as this ceremony would be nothing without family, friends, teachers, and of course us graduates. After all, graduation without grad is, well, not even a word. I want to thank God and my family for helping me achieve the honor of speaking with you today. I also want to thank the administration for allowing me to wear flats so I could walk up those stairs. A lot of speakers take moments like these to share some wise insight on life and its meaning. I don't have any for you, so instead I'm going to tell a story. For those of you who don't know me, I plan on being a creative writer. That means two things. The first is I know a good story has 3 parts: a compelling background, an engaging present, and a promising future. The second is I believe words have meaning. They tell their own story. Words like the first graduating class to spend all 4 years at the new Rocky Mount High School. Words like state champions. Words like senior. These words define us as Griffons. They tell the story of our perseverance, our passion, and most importantly, our victory, of our confidence and our heart. They have meaning. So here's our story. We've been in this school for 4 years. We've been in school for 13. 13 years. That's amazing. Do you know what was going on 13 years ago? 13 years ago, the world was supposed to end. Clearly it didn't. 13 years ago, MySpace was invented. 13 years ago, there was only one Spider-Man. There have now been 3. And 13 years ago, someone put us on a bus to school for the first time, and if they're anything like my mother, there was just as many tears then as there will be today. That is our compelling background. 13 years ago, we were put on the path to success, and today we are here. Our generation has lived in 3 decades, 2 centuries, 2 millennia, and the world ending 3 times, all before we're 20. Our options now are unlimited. That is our engaging present. And the promising future? To have that, we need to continue to learn. I know it's daunting, but education is like a fire. It took a spark to get started, maybe forced with time, others guided by someone else's torch. But once it's lit, it can't go out. It must be fed, nurtured, sheltered. You can't let that fire go out. And education doesn't stop with high school or college or the army or the workforce. It's everything. It's our character development. And I don't mean you have to learn calculus. I know I won't be. Sorry, Miss Keel. You can learn anything. Maybe you learn you can sing. Maybe you learn you can't from some very opinionated friends. Just this week, I learned the longer pauses really drive home an idea. Here's my long pause. And that's what's important. Learning something because otherwise you don't have a story. Learning new jobs, people, places, learning a new perspective. And there are times when that fire will grow weak, the wind of stress and self-doubt, the water of others' negativity, but you can't let them stop you from growing, from learning. We haven't yet. Stand over that fire with the umbrella of persistence, feed it with the logs of curiosity. Don't let that fire go out. Don't lose that promising future. I didn't have the opportunity to know all of your stories, but I know the most important one. 13 years ago, we walked in with one goal, and today we are all going to achieve it. We ran through hallways against a bell that always rang a little too early, like it knew when we were late. We were each other's supporting characters, allies against antagonists, and maybe even enemies in a friendly, co-valedictorian way. But from here on, your story is how you define it. This isn't just a new chapter, this is a new book. And maybe I do have some insight. So if you learn one more thing before you walk across the stage and graduate, remember one thing from me. Find one more word that has meaning to you. Let it be this. Your story is your own. No one can tell it for you because only you know it. So make it great. Make it amazing. Fill it with words that define you, like senior, state champion, first graduating class, spend 4 years at RMHS. Find new words, meet new people, see new places, learn new skills, find something you're curious about, and satisfy that curiosity. And don't let that fire go out. Write yourself a book or even a series with your experience. It's our knowledge, our experience, our words, our story, our future. Let's make it ours. Let's make it amazing. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2016.
At this time, we will have Mr. Reginald Silver, Board of Education Chair, to come and present Skylar Moss as valedictorian.
It's my happy privilege to introduce Megan Skylar Moss, the daughter of Tom and Ashley Moss, sister of Benton, a previous graduate of Rocky Mount, and Katie, a rising sophomore. Skylar is also a graduating in the class of 268, is a candidate of the International Baccalaureate Program, and has a GPA of 5.3438. Skylar is an active member of the National Honor Society, the EMCE Mentoring Program, the International Club. She's the founder and chair of the Student Athletic Booster Club, captain of the varsity soccer team, Rocky Mount High School's Triple Crown, and Female Scholar Athlete of the Year for 2016. Outstanding achievement in IB history, French, and English. Is a member of the varsity soccer and swim teams, as well as club soccer. Skylar is the recipient of the K. Parks Kitchen and Daughters of the American Revolution Awards. She will be attending UNC Chapel Hill on the Blanchard Scholarship in the fall, where she plans to major in physics, economics, and possibly business. Would you help me to congratulate Skylar?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Skylar Moss. First, I would like to say thank you to all of the teachers, friends, and family that have come to support us on a day as long awaited as this one. For those of you who know me, you've probably heard me say this, and for those of you who don't know me, well, I'll tell you too. I hate cliches, and I don't overuse the word hate either. I just actually hate cliches. And by cliches, I mean things that are stereotypical, predictable, and to be frank, really boring. But I realized that no matter how I was going to go about writing this speech, it would be, at least to an extent, cliche. Whether I decided to use a quote from a famous or not so famous person, define a word that's already fairly well known, or tell a story, it's been done before and many, many times. Even making fun of all the various graduation speech cliches is in and of itself a cliche way of approaching the task at hand. So when I sat down in front of my computer, I was at a loss for words. I began to dwell on the ideas I deemed worthy of a day as monumental as this one. Ideas that would provoke thought, inspire, encourage, and motivate all of our soon-to-be graduates. But I wasn't satisfied because the word cliche rang in my ears incessantly. As I realized that the cliche was unavoidable, I decided to embrace it. I reached for the dictionary, and cliche is defined as a phrase or opinion that is overused and betrays a lack of original thought. So there's my definition, defining the word that the definition itself exemplifies. But I still got nowhere. If they're so detested, then why are they so overused, and how did they become so popular? My questions were answered by David Foster Wallace, who described them as this: cliches, however lame and unexciting on the surface, express simply a certain great and absolute truth. Strike two, my quote from a not-so-famous person. So I'll continue with my anecdotal story and third cliche, which, believe it or not, is also about cliches. My dad gave me my first set of nuggets when I turned 13. A lot of you, like me, are probably thinking of overprocessed white meat chicken nuggets. And thanks to Ms. Hester, I've seen one too many documentaries about what the process of making them looks like, and it's really nauseating. But the nuggets I received were atypical. They're inedible and hold little to no monetary value. My dad's nuggets were his fundamental pieces of life advice, his tidbits, proverbs, and principles. The things he felt were most important in facilitating my development as a person. From years of watching my dad discreetly deliver these nuggets to my older brother, they were an anticipated mystery. So when he slid them across the table, I was pumped. I was basically an adult, 13 and ready for the world. Over the years, I kept all of these nuggets because they have shaped me into the person that I am now. And although these are some of the most cherished gifts I've received, I'll admit that they're a little bit cliche. But even if they're overused or unoriginal, I would never accuse my dad's nuggets of betraying a lack of original thought, which is where I think Webster got it wrong and David Foster Wallace got it right. These nuggets are cliche, but they express simply a certain great and absolute truth. So I've decided to share a few of them with you today. Listen first. Because assumption is the origin of all conflict. Truly listening and fully acknowledging what others has to say reduces misunderstanding and unnecessary dissent. Talk last, because sometimes our actions speak louder than our words, or maybe saying nothing is better than saying something unkind, or even because talking last would have made me a much less annoying 13-year-old. Never judge. Because there's no way to know the full story of another person, and there's no need to place them in our preconceived boxes. Take the time to get to know yourself, because it's so often that time is wasted on apathetic pursuits. Recognizing and understanding our passions is what will allow us to succeed and harness our full potential. Different is good, because the world would be boring if all of us were the same. Cliche may hold merit, but it doesn't when it comes to our personalities. Understand what you need versus what you want, because need and want aren't actually synonyms. And even though there will be a lot of things that we want, pursuing the things that we need first will carry us further. Your successes and failures are squarely on your shoulders, because now we have the power to direct our trajectories. From here, it's up to us. And finally, don't be in a hurry to grow up, because it'll happen. Because yesterday, our parents dropped us off on our first day of kindergarten, and today we're gonna walk out of this gym as high school graduates. So to my dad, thank you for sharing with me and all these people in the gym your nuggets. And to my mom, thank you for not sharing all these nuggets on Facebook. And to the graduating class of 2016, don't forget that there exists simple truth in the most cliche of cliches. Thank you and congratulations.
It was not a mistake. We were fortunate enough this year to have two valedictorians having the same GPA. This is the second consecutive year that this has happened. And so let's give these young ladies a round of applause again. As I have done each year since my tenure as principal, at the beginning of this school year, I asked the senior class to do several things. I asked them to lead the student body with exemplary behavior in academics, discipline, and character. And I can proudly say that they have answered the call. This senior class has amassed more than $2 million in scholarship awards. I am so appreciative that you have honored your word, accepted the challenge, and helped lead this student body during this school year. This class, just as all of my graduating classes before you, carries a special place in my heart. I have watched most of you grow from naive, unsure freshmen to mature, assured young men and women who have a purpose. Once again, you're making history today. You are the fourth group of graduates in the new building. You are now part of a Griffon legacy that will live in this community forever. And like the graduating classes before you, your names, your footsteps, handprints, and voices are etched into the halls and walls of this school for as long as it shall stand. Class of 2016, you have signed the deal, and you have solidified a new beginning to tradition, culture, and legacy for Rocky Mount High School. See, this group of students never experienced attending the beloved senior high. Class of 2016 have only known life in the new high school. So how fitting is it that we're here today when you are about to make another transition to something new? But this time you are creating new beginnings for your life. Today is indeed a wonderful celebration, and you should enjoy all that come with it. But today's celebration is not the end. It is the beginning of the rest of your life. You graduate today. Now what? This is only a portion of the race, and we know that the race is given to those who endure until the end. As you move forward in your lives, I encourage you all to live your lives with purpose, dignity, humility, and passion. Live every day like it's your last day, because none of us know our last day or hour. Be slow to anger and forgive those who despitefully use you. Believe in a higher power than yourself. Laugh often and laugh sometimes until you cry. And don't ever cheat the most important person in your life with meager efforts, and that person is you. Class of 2016, we love you. May God bless you in your future endeavors. At this time, I will ask Ms. Jennifer Sharp to come for the presentations of diplomas, and I will ask those on the stage to please stand to shake the hands of the graduates as they come across stage.
Hannah Noel Adcox. Selma Alexandra Aguilar Cruz. Emily Renee Allen. Casey Latrice Alston. Daquana Alexis Arrington. Tijuana Arrington. Linnea Dawn Atkinson. Jeremy Rashad Avent. Zaria Shantanice Bain Jones. Kyle Jordan Barnhill. Honesty Alexa Gianni Barrett. Michelle Shariana Bateman. Thomas Lee Battle Jr. Tiambra Amir Battle. Aubrey Marilyn Beamer. Felix Ray Belcher Jr. Forrest Jefferson Bell. Dania Diamond Benners. Michael Nicholas Best Jr. Evan Orion Blomquist. Tyler Demetrius Bobbitt. Shervela Janice Body. Catherine Courtney Bondi. Jennifer Araceli Bonilla Tercio. Catherine Elizabeth Boyette. Akira Trene Grape. Shamia Anika Grape. Destiny Rajay Braswell. Chandler Meredith Bryce. Alexander Donald Brimell. Naja Kiera Brown. Quatrasia Monche Brown. Russell Danae Brown II. Alana Shane Bryant. Brianna Monet Bryant. Maya Lynette Bryant. Canavis Deshawn Bullock. DeLeon Chanel Burnett. Nicholas Jamal Bynum. Natalia Janae Canny. Jarnice Carey. Sharnice Carey. Caroline Elizabeth Carrier. Taylor Elise Carroll. Clifton Damon Carter Jr. Corinda Kiera Carter. Kayla Janae Carter. Celeste Castillo Flores. Savannah Davis Catalano. Brittany Precious Cherry. Candace Denise Cherry. Brian Emmanuel Cherry. Maureen Ray Ching. Cassidy Lynn Coates. Cheyenne Christy Cole. Patricia Marie Coley. Germany Talay Cooper. Kayla Elaine Cowser. Douglas Wyatt Craig III. Serena Shea Dalsimer. Joshua Jaquez Daniel. Lakita Lynette Davis. Montrell Jaquez Davis. Samantha Danielle Davis. Tristan Jamal Davis. Rashawn Curtis McKinley DeFries. Irvin Michael Delgado Nava. Rashay Jaraja Deloge. Tiana Shaquandra Monet Desor. Marquise Tremaine Donaldson. Brianna Dorset. Deshaun Marquise Drake. Wesley Stephen Drake. Tracy Nashe Drury. Natalie Nicole Dueñez. Victor Jalen Edge. Janiqua Patrice Edmondson. Niana Carey Edwards. Clark Haynes Everett. Deshaquan Tremaine Fate. Shania Atia Felder. Eliza Kathleen Fike. Evan Daniel Fogarty. Tyrell Jonathan Forbes. Andrea Lee Fox. JaClayton Perez McKinley Freeman. Alec Nathaniel Freshwater. Jairo Garcia. Sharice Deanna Garrett. Bishop Marie Godwin. Jonathan Brandon Gonzalez. Jocelyn Brianna Gordon. Thomas Ray Green Jr. Josh Prem Gulabrai. Tierra Shemaine Hamill. Passion Carlnice Harris. Renisha Latae Harris. Tyresha Alea Harris. Quantina Renee Harrison. Tyquasia Lachey Hart. Erica Renee Hatfield. William Randolph Hedgepeth. Rachel Nicole Heidelmeyer. Alexander Parnell Henderson. Ellen Meredith Hicks. Leslie Ann Nicole Hillhorst. Destiny Alexius Hill. Janae Denise Hilliard. Deschanel Nicole Hines. Justin Kaylee Hines. Tanea Brianna Hines. Diamond Micaiah Holland. Elaine Elizabeth Holt. Deja Simone Howard. Joshua Devin Howard. Hunter Parker Miles Huffman. Michaela Siobhan Hughes. Tyson DeMarco Hunter. Alexis Nicole Hyman. Christopher Samuel Ipock. Miles Kareem Jerido. Thomas Battle Shannon Jr. Tynan Ronald Sharkey. Janasha Anasia Sharp. Cornisha Shanae Shaw. Lenasia Mary Shepherd. Cedric Lamar Shepherd Jr. Joshua Sherrod. Mobir Siddiqui. Ajala Unique Sims. Micajah Latajua Monique Sims. Kaylin Anne-Marie Skelly. Christopher Brian Solomon. Talisha Nashe Spale. Emmanuel Macklin Spruill. Ann Hunter Bailey Stone. Imani Michelle Sworn. Aaliyah Yasmin Teamer. Bryant Alexander Ty. Integra Dantegan Thomas. Mary Blair Thompson. Akevius Farrell Tillery. Aisha Ara Ula. Brandon Lee Valentine. Michael Lorenza Vick III. Emmanuel Marco Vixmar Jr. Javon Tariq Wade. Jaquel Tyleek Walker. Michael Joshua Ward. Stephen Miles Wass. Heather Marie Watkins. Jasmine Rashana Watson. Janae Sierra Watson. John Lewis Wellenhofer IV. Spencer Michael Westcott. Avondre Jaquel Whitaker. Brian Jamal Whitaker. Devin O'Neill Whitaker. Jamaica Deshawn Whitaker. Lakeith Damon Whitaker. Raekwon Talik Whitehead. Xavier Benjamin Wiggins. Dante Jamal Wilkins. Raisi Earl Wilkins. Ananda Renee Williams. Brandon Lee Williams. Destiny Jelena Williams. India Simone Williams. Jameson Sanders Williams. Caitlin Elizabeth Williams. Tyreek Ladale Williams.
I could have your attention, please. If I could have your attention, please, so we can finish the ceremony. I would like to say to the families and friends who are here today, thank you for honoring our request. We do appreciate it. We hope that you feel like we have given you a dignified ceremony and something that you and the community can be proud of. And now for the conferring of our graduates. By the power vested in me, by the Nash, I need you to be quiet so I can finish up. Thank you. By the power vested in me, by the Nash Rocky Mountain Schools Board of Education and the state of North Carolina, I now pronounce you a graduate of Rocky Mountain High School with all rights and privileges afforded thereby. You may turn your tassels.